So to me, the state of Star Wars gaming has definitely taken a bit of a downfall. And you may be asking yourself, this is kind of like a random video since you're going to be talking about Star Wars gaming. Well, recently I haven't uploaded in a couple days, and that's because I have been playing Knights of the Old Republic again. And to me, that's one of the best Star Wars games, if not one of the best games of all time. And many people can attest to that. And recently, I know this gameplay is of Jedi Survivor, which is actually a good Star Wars game. I recommend everybody go play the Jedi Survivor games. These games are actually great. But then you look at a game like Star Wars Outlaws and you're like, what the freak happened? Like, what happened? Why did this game fail so badly? Well, first off, it was made by Ubisoft. That's just the first and foremost main thing. At this point, we all know that Ubisoft's track record when it comes to games is just absolutely awful. I mean, whoever entrusted them to make a Star Wars game in the first place is just completely asinine. Jeez, I mean, asking Ubisoft to make us anything, honestly anything at this point, is just a big gamble in itself. And then after that, you try to think of it, like, think about it this way. Think about that one game that was just announced not that long ago. Oh yeah, Knights of the Old Republic remake that was announced way back in 2020. Now, you can barely even hear any kind of information about it. Honestly, at this point, you might as well just go ahead and cancel it. I'm not looking forward to it at this point. I've heard no news about it. The last thing I honestly heard about the Knights of the Republic remake is that it was in development hell. That's pretty much all I've heard about it so far, is that the past couple years, it has been started and restarted, or stopped and restarted about 6 or 7 different times. That's the last kind of news I heard, and that's not necessarily good news whatsoever. Then after that, you get another whole Star Wars game. Remember back in 2021 when Star Wars Eclipse was announced and then everybody was going absolutely nuts watching that trailer? I remember being in college at this time and I was going absolutely bonkers watching this trailer. Just for a whole 4 years later, I mean, literally somebody was in high school at this point, started their freshman year, now they're about to graduate from high school. We still haven't got an ounce of information about this game. I mean, just think about how much has happened in between 2021 to 2025 alone. I mean, think about it, seriously, just go back and reflect on everything that's happened in the entire world since that time. And of course, it's another Star Wars project that's completely stagnated right now. I mean, obviously this one can still be up in the air, but I mean, why even release a trailer at that point if it was this far away from even being anywhere near finished? And the truth is I can't even necessarily get mad at Disney about this, just because this stuff, when it comes to Star Wars, has been going on for freaking years, man. I mean, years. We've been waiting for a Battlefront 3 since like 2005. I mean, I wasn't even really fully conscious at that time. And yeah, man, it's just extremely disheartening, because at least on one point of Star Wars with the movies and TV shows, it's like, yeah, we all know that that's failing, but I just really wish that the games would at least bring it up a little bit. I mean, Battlefront 2 was in such a good shape. I mean, towards the end of the Battlefront 2 2017's release, the game was in such good shape that they were going to plan updates upon many updates that would have been still going on to this point today. And honestly, I'm just really kind of sick and tired of Star Wars being treated as a chore almost. I mean, at least the gaming part of it was being treated like a chore. I mean, we have so many projects that get announced and then all of a sudden nothing ever happens with them, or they get canceled. All this stuff that just constantly happens with them. All these things that just constantly keep falling through. And honestly, at this point, I'm really getting tired of it. At this point, it's like, if you're going to announce something, announce it like a week before it comes out. Yeah, I'm being serious. A whole week before it comes out, because at this point, I can't even trust if you announce it a year out. At this point, it's just going to be canceled. It's just kind of the same thing with Star Wars TV shows, things along those lines. Some TV shows, like 5 TV shows got canceled, something along those lines. And personally, I'm fine with TV shows getting canceled, because I think we're honestly getting oversaturated with Star Wars TV shows recently. I think we need about like maybe 1 or 2 at a time, and that'd be perfect. But when it comes to the gaming side of things, I mean, like, what the heck, guys? I mean, it's like legitimately been like 4 or 5 years since we've had like a huge Star Wars game announcement. Like I said, the Jedi Fallen Order games or the Jedi Fallen Survivor games about Cal Kestis, those games are good, but it's really only good for like maybe like 1 or 2 playthroughs, and after that you just kind of put it away. It's one of those kind of games that you have to experience like that 1 or 2 times maybe. And Star Wars is such a vast and amazing universe that I feel like making a game on Star Wars should be honestly pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously game development is always gonna be hard. It's always hard, but writing one, I mean, come on. Especially if you can create a game like something like, I don't know, where we start as Mandalorians or something like that, and we get to customize our own full Mandalorians. I mean, that would just be sick. Or just a bounty hunter in general. And I feel like these are some things that Star Wars has been missing for years. I mean, years at this point, almost like 20, 30 years. So basically, when it comes to every single last Star Wars upload, I mean, not upload or gaming update, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I'm honestly just going to wait and see. It's one of those situations where even when they release a trailer, I'm just going to be like, all right, cool, hold my breath. I'm not waiting. I'm not going to be excited for it until I actually see clear-cut information. And that's pretty much my thoughts towards the current state of Star Wars gaming. It's complete and total shit right now. honestly, saying that it should is kind of a bit of a harsh word to say. I would just say it's a very disappointing area right now. I mean, extremely disappointing area right now. Because outside of maybe 1 or 2 good games, you know, Battlefront 2 and the Jedi Survivor games, I mean, what else do we have in terms of Star Wars gaming right now? But in other Star Wars related news, Baylan Skoll has been officially recast. As we all know, about a year ago, Ray Stevenson died, and he was the guy who did play Baylan Skoll. And he has been officially recast by Rory McCann. I honestly think this is a great recasting. Rory McCann was such a great actor within the Game of Thrones universe. I mean, he played the Hound in Game of Thrones. And according to Rory McCann, he was great friends with Ray Stevenson. And so this is actually him almost like reprising his friend's role. And I think this is a good thing. I think he'll take this role seriously. And I say, welcome to Star Wars, Rory McCann. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What are your guys' thoughts towards this current state of Star Wars gaming? And what are your guys' thoughts of Rory McCann taking over as now Baylan Skoll? We are on a road to 500 subs, so please like and subscribe. May the Force be with you. And as always, have a great rest of your day.